published 10:39 est, the 4th of December 2017, updated 0254 est, the 5th of December 2017. Gary Lineker, Alan Shearer and Ian Wright have angrily hit out at suggestions their punditry on Match of the Day is biased. The trio of former England strikers became involved in a series of Twitter rows with Arsenal fans following the analysis of Manchester United's 3-1 victory at the Emirates Stadium on Saturday. Many of the Arsenal fans were unhappy at the suggestions that United were the superior team, despite their clear victory, because of the large amount of possession had by the home team and the high number of shots on goal they managed. Gary Lineker was among the Match of the Day stars involved in Twitter rows with Arsenal fans. Alan Shearer hit back at suggestions his MOTD punditry on Saturday night was biased. Ian Wright also received abuse from Gunners fans after he criticised his former club. The trio dissected Arsenal's defeat by big rivals Manchester United on Saturday night. There were a number of personal insults aimed at Shearer and Wright in particular, but it was the suggestion of bias that provoked the angriest retorts from the pundits. The Newcastle legend said it's pretty simple. 33 shots, 1 goal is a terrible return. Your forwards were not good enough. Conceded 3 goals at home. Your defense keeper had a very bad day. Still you're saying how great Arsenal were. Do me a favor man, no bias. Fact. Responding to another fan who said Shearer was an absolute state, Shearer used the fan's own tweets to point out a number of Arsenal's flaws. Absolute state of you, wrote Shearer. Shambolic defending. Can't say anything else. We have conceded 19 goals. Swansea, who are bottom, have conceded 18 goals. Man United scored 3, hit the post, missed a one-on-one. You had a lot of possession though. Who needs Specsavers? After one Twitter user made a comment about Shearer being very bald, he hit back, wrong. I have a hairy arms, hairy chest, hairy legs. Are you Arsenal fans wrong about everything? Wright, who was Arsenal's record goalscorer until Thierry Henry broke his mark, was also apoplectic. He said, why am I seeing so much blame being attached to MOTD pundits about Arsenal not getting credit for 33 shots and 70% possession? What are we supposed to say about 5 players rushing to close down Pogba, leaving Valencia free? Just asking. Maybe the ref's fault. Wright also said, I look at some of the comments and can't believe they're true Arsenal fans. Why are they following me? No polite way to say it. FFFHE added. Arsene Wenger said the mistakes were disastrous. Arsenal gave themselves a mountain to climb, which if not for the amazing De Gea they might have. Maybe we should do what you do and stick our heads in the sand and pretend there were no mistakes. I say blame the pundits. United won 3-1 at Arsenal on Saturday, earning them high praise from Shearer. Arsenal dominated possession and had more shots, but were denied by David De Gea. Wright urged one fan to direct their anger instead at Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Ozil, who are yet to sign new contracts, which run out in the summer. He said, my friend, tell all the negative Arsenal fans on your feed to do me a favor and focus their energy on Mesut and Alexis, our 2 star players who have still not signed new deals with us. Lineker, the MOTD host, jumped to the defense of his pundits, saying, I just love the idea that anyone would ever think that a football TV show is biased against or for any team. Funny how fans only think the bias is against a team, never another team. Mental. He also joked, over 5 million of you watched MOTD at the weekend. Apologies to every one of you for being biased against your team. Shearer got stuck into several of his Twitter critics, hitting back at their abuse on Saturday night. Shearer had compared United's ruthless attacking display with that of Premier League leaders Manchester City. It was a magnificent game of football, he said. We've sat here and eulogized about Manchester City going forward many times, but what we've seen from United at times is equally as good. They were just breathtaking at times. They were too quick and too sharp for Arsenal. Their pace and power, they went after Arsenal. They put them under pressure and wanted to get in behind. They gave them no time on the ball. They were too quick and too clever for them. Arsenal just couldn't cope with the one and two-touch football. They were brilliant going forward, just superb. Lineker laughed off as mental ever suggestions of biased analysis on MOTD. Wright took a firm view on Arsenal during the show, lambasting his former club's defenders for individual mistakes that cost them the game. Arsene Wenger said it was a disastrous start for them with the mistakes they made. He said, Arsenal had 33 shots compared to Manchester United's 8, but there were mistakes in that. "I'm not taking anything away from United, and the way they played, but you don't play a pass across the pitch like Shelny did for the first goal. I think those goals could have been avoided by simply just switching on." Wright was involved in a heated debate on Twitter with some angry Arsenal fans. Wright showed a screen grab of an unmarked Antonio Valencia left to prove a point.